precipitation coming down. We'll zoom in a bit though, and it's pretty evident that this snow is happening at a pretty good clip. So that is going to be the issue. We'll call it periodic moderate to heavy snow throughout today. And it's blustery, it's windy. We're dealing with winds anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour at the moment, but they will increase to as high as 30 at times. So that's going to create the blowing and the drifting snow, reduce visibility in travel. Obviously, with over 600 closings in our iAlert, many of you have the luxury of maybe keeping it at home today, but for those that maybe have a afternoon shift that you're going out to, make sure you're allowing plenty of time in your travel. Temperatures are in the 20s. With those blustery winds, we're already feeling like we are in the teens. By the time we get into this evening, we'll be falling back into the teens as we gradually see that dip into the low 20s by later on today. And notice the snow is steady. This storm system is massive, stretching from New England all the way back through Texas. There is ample moisture to deal with, and we're going to continue to see this snow fill in. So there is more to come, and we are expecting that snow to be moderate to heavy into the afternoon and evening commutes. So we'll have continuous coverage throughout the day. From there, as far as how much we're expecting, talking along the lines of 7 to 11 inches for the vast majority of northeast Ohio, and that does include our west and east suburbs. The further south you get, with some mixing happening, it's been some lighter amounts the plan, but of course we'll update as needed. And just to give you an idea of what's ahead over the next 7 days, we are going to see some frigid weather kick in here behind this system. Tomorrow we won't even make it out of the teens with those leftover snow showers. Another weaker clipper system on Saturday. Notice the low at 2 degrees. Some of you will be below 0 as we're starting off the day. And then finally, some drier weather moving in as we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday of next week, guys. And it'll be nice to see those highs in the 30s on Wednesday. That's going to feel very warm compared to what comes our way here through the weekend.
Yeah, Holly, thank you so much. Yeah, especially when we start to see that temperature drop a lot. And with the rain that we had, the ice was a really big concern, especially for all of you in our southern viewing area.
Absolutely. And Austin Love has been down in Canton all morning long. Austin, we saw early on it was just ice. Then you started to get the snow. And by the looks of it behind you, you have both.
Yeah, hey, good morning to you guys. Yeah, the precipitation has been all over the place. We've been dealing with the rain that turned into freezing rain. We've had sleet, and now finally we have that snow, which picked up about an hour and a half ago. I want to take a live look right now. This is I-77, where really the highway has been clear really all morning. ODOT, you got to give your tip of the cap to them. They've done a really nice job. We've seen them out about every 10 to 12 minutes. They've been salting with that brine, and now finally, since this hour and a half, they're really focusing on that on the plows. But also what we were talking about as well, it's not just the snow, but really what started last night, yesterday, with all of this rain. Obviously that water has frozen with the temperatures that have dipped. And just take a look at my car. I mean, a solid block of ice on the windshield, on the window here. So these are things that you're going to have to deal with all morning long. Make sure that you are, if you need to get out of your car to do that, make sure that you get inside your car, warm it up, and really get that ice off. Give yourself plenty of time and stay safe. Guys.
All right. Austin, thank you so much. And considering it's peak drive time, we didn't see many cars behind him, which is good because people are heeding warning, staying off the roads. We are going to have team coverage for you all day long. We're going to be here all day. We're going to have hourly updates here on 3 News. And of course, a special noon newscast for all of you at home.
Yeah, but right now we're heading over to our digital platforms for more coverage. Stay safe, everyone. Jasmine Monroe will be joining us over on WKYC.com. We'll see you in an hour.
All right, so everybody who's stuck with us here on WKYC.com and all of our digital pages, thank you so much. Welcome to our digital winter storm coverage. We know that you might want just a little bit more than what we have time for on air, especially when we're taking live looks across our area and showing you exactly what it looks like, where you need to be or where you're headed.
That's right, and we have had crews all over the Cleveland area. We've been east side, we've been west side, down in Canton with Austin. Now we're going to go downtown and join Jasmine Monroe. And Jasmine, downtown's been such a big story after what happened on on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. How we looking downtown today?
Oh, not bad at all. So right now we're live on West 6th Street in St. Clair. And as you can see, the roads are still snow covered. This is the slushy stuff. Last night we received that rain. That rain quickly turned into that hard coating with the snow on top of that. So it's definitely something that you want to make sure you give yourself enough time if you're headed out this morning. So we did get a chance to talk about that blowing and the drifting snow. That's the problem this morning. I like to say that business owners are taking heed to what people are saying. They're shoveling their sidewalks. They're making sure the areas are clean, cleaning up around the fire hydrants too as well. I also want to mention, if you're headed out this morning, you want to check in with those flights, because a lot of flights have been canceled and or delayed this morning. I know I got a chance to speak to some folks in attendance at Southwest, and they canceled all flights today and going in tomorrow. That's when you can check in with your flights again, just to make sure. But as you can see, again, buses are running smooth. If you have to get onto the RTA, those are running as well. But just give yourself enough time this morning, because the fight is going to be a lot, especially on these slick roads. And Maureen and Dave, when I say we left out of Public Square just to drive around the area, it's the intersections that are very slick. So if you're headed out of the station this morning, make sure you take it easy.
Yeah, and those are especially dangerous, you know, as the red light hits and then you're sliding into the intersection. Jasmine, thank you so much. It's so great to see a live look at what those road conditions are, because again, this is peak commute time for most people. So we would expect to see more cars on the road there, but everybody's staying home, staying out of the way, allows the plows to get through and fix that.
And never think you can't be the one that could end up in trouble. I mean, don't go into that thinking, I got this.
We're all born and raised.
How many times did you hit the brakes because it's a yellow light and then you start to skid and you're skidding into it,
and then you're white knuckling it.
Now, what's interesting about this is, regardless of what you think about the conditions right now, this is going to get worse as the day goes on.
It is. And, Matt Wentz brought up a really good point earlier on the morning show, is that, unlike the MLK storm, this is happening more so during the day.
Yes.
So I think that is helpful for crews. We're able to see a bit better. But all that being said, we've got a lot going on. And you're right. Yeah, we're going to continue to see not only the snow as it is ramping up with the second wave, but temperatures dropping and accumulations will be continuing. So we'll get to all that. But first, a look at radar. Some of you are in a little bit of a lull at the moment, but won't be for long. We are still seeing that heavier snow through Richland and Ashland and Holmes counties this morning. Southern Stark County dealing with that heavier snow. You just saw Jasmine with the flurries and light snow showers across downtown Cleveland. There's a look at Mansfield. You've been dealing with that steady snow for quite a bit. And at times, when these snows are consistently heavy, we could be talking about an inch an hour. So as we get into afternoon and evening commute times especially, that could become a real issue as we see more of this storm system moving to the north and east. Winds are a huge part of this today because it's blustery. It's going to create the blowing and drifting and reduce visibility. We're also talking wind chills because of these strong winds. It's 15 to 25, as high as 30 today. Temperatures are in the 20s, feels like it's in the teens already. So just to give you kind of a perspective of what we're dealing with currently. And this is an all-day story. So we've got snow through this morning at times, and then into the afternoon and evening looking pretty steady. And it's really easy to see why as we look at this entire storm system, which extends back into Texas, where they're also dealing with snow in areas. So as we continue to fill in the blanks, so to speak, we'll be talking more of it throughout your Thursday. 7 to 11 inches for a good chunk of Northeast Ohio. The further south that we go, we see less amounts, but it's not really the numbers that you want to focus on. Timing is everything. I mean, from our morning commute earlier to afternoon drives to evening commutes, depending on, maybe you work a third shift and you're heading out. So you need to really think ahead and allow for all of that. And tomorrow we'll still be dealing with some leftover snow showers early in the day. It's going to get really cold too, guys. We'll have a little system move through Saturday, which is nothing to compare to this, but we're going to start the day around 0. We'll be in the 30s on Sunday, and then we've got a little dry stretch, which will be welcome.
Yeah.
And really appreciated.
I was looking at that 17. It was
Yeah.
staring right at us.
Right at you.
You know what else is staring at you? Those clear days where you can work on your driveway and the sidewalks, because we're going to be clearing out for a few days here.
doubt.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us here on WKYC Studios digital platforms. We are going to be back at 9 with more live coverage as we leave you with a live look at downtown.